Hey, what's going on, Travis Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So gang, yeah, just gonna hit the collective up with a reading to see what you currently may be going through, like some of your current lessons and current life experiences. So remember, there's going to be a general reading, so only take what resonates. And remember, it's going to be a timeless reading, so when you come across this video, it's for you, right? So the first card that wanted to pop out was Indecision, right? And I shuffle the deck, like I pull out the cards as we go along, so yeah, straight off the dome. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life, right? So you're being guided to listen to your intuition, right? You want to go with more of the heart, not the head, right? So when you're making your decisions, you got to make sure the decisions feel right and comfortable for you, right? Obviously, you want to be stepping outside of your comfort zone, right? But don't be doing things just because other people are influencing you, maybe, right? You want to be doing things because you want to and you're feeling guided to do so, if that makes sense. Some of you may be kind of also indecisive as well, so can't make up your mind, kind of feeling a bit scattered, maybe too much up in the head. So if you feel like you've been too much up in the head, try to go outside and get grounded. Try to journal to get your thoughts out, to try and get clearer. But yeah, some of you may and also, wait, this is another one that's come through. Some of you may not also be listening to your intuition as well, right? So your intuition may be trying to guide you to do something or to take action in a certain area of your life, but you may not be listening, or you may be being distracted from what's going on in the 3D realm, if that makes sense. Or just a lot of distractions going on around you. The next card is Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Yeah, so remember to be pulling on your friends during this time, right? Because I don't know, for me, what I feel that's going on in the collective, there's a lot of separation and isolation and loneliness going on right about now, right? So make sure you're reaching out to friends and loved ones as well if you're kind of struggling and going through it, right? It's that helicopter going past. Yeah, there's always some distraction in the matrix, right? So make sure you're reaching out to friends, loved ones, if you just feel like you're struggling or going through it, right? Because right now are challenging times, yeah, and I can relate to that. Also remember to journal as well. Journaling's also important. I need to be doing more journaling as well, just to get clearer and stuff. But yeah, friends are in your life for a reason, and when you're on the journey, you will have friends leave and new friends come in, right? And you outgrow friendships, you outgrow relationships, right? But what we tend to do is to hold on to them, right? If people are meant to be in our lives, they will be there, right? Some friendships that, I don't know, a lot of my friends, I won't speak to them for months on end, and then when we reconnect, it's like we haven't missed a day, if that makes sense, because everyone's on their own individual journey. But yeah, some of you may, yeah, reach out to your friends. Yeah, this may just be a confirmation to just reach out to your friends. Some of you may be making new friendships or having new friends on the way, or you've met new friends. If not, try to get out there as well and to meet new people, if that makes sense. I know it's hard meeting new people in this day and age, but the tribe is out there, so you got to be putting yourself out there as well. Like, you can't be wanting to meet new people and you haven't left the house in like a week. Do you know what I mean? Cool. So the next card is Purpose. I know what I am here to do. So if you really tune into yourself, you know what you are meant to do, right? And you know where you're being guided to. You know where you're being guided. So it's about tuning in and listening to your intuition. Sometimes you may need to verbalize it, so speak it out to a trusted friend or family member of your ideas and what kind of directions you want to go in, right? or even if you're feeling lost, speak it. Like, speak. Yes, I don't know. Some of you may be feeling a bit lost on the journey at the moment and not knowing what to do and not knowing your life purpose, and this is okay, because it's a journey of self discovery, right? So you may be being in a like a stagnant period, like you may be being guided to just stay where you're at the moment, to just process things, to then proceed forward, if that makes sense. I don't know, but you know what you're meant to, what your purpose is. So maybe you're meant to help others, maybe you're meant to volunteer, maybe you're meant to help the community, and just being you is enough, yeah, just to let you guys know as well. The next card is perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So right now it's a battle for the mind. It's at 6:06 on the clock. It's a battle for the mind, right? So it's about training your mind to kind of not push through it, but to kind of just allow, to just let things be, if that makes sense. Obviously you can do whatever you set your mind to do. Like, you can achieve literally anything you want if you set your mind to do so. But it's about training your mind and the way you talk to yourself, because if you're speaking negatively to yourself, your body's going to react that way. If you're speaking positively, your body's going to react to that also, right? So just be mindful of how you're communicating with yourself. Okay. Yeah, some affirmations may be beneficial for you, and also listening to some frequencies on YouTube as well may be beneficial, just to reprogram the mind. The next card is guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. So I don't know. I've been feeling that in the collective a lot recently. Just a lot of guilt coming up, not for just yeah, I don't know. I've just been feeling the guilt for some reason. I don't know why. But so some of you may be feeling guilty, for maybe something you've done in the past, or just feeling guilty in general. Remember, anything that you've done in the past is it's it was learning, right? um just because you made a mistake in the past doesn't mean it's a life sentence, if that makes sense, right? So you kind of need to forgive yourself. Some of you may have communication issues or need to express yourself, and you need to let go of beliefs that also no longer serve you, right? So if you're saying, I don't know, just be mindful of the way you're talking to yourself at the moment, right? But if explore why you feel guilty. For me, what's been coming up recently is not feeling good enough. I don't know why. It's just interesting because, like, yeah, you can only do so much, right? So some of you may be also having blocked emotions or need to work on your sacral chakra, because there's a lot of orange in the card as well. And the sacral chakra is the second chakra, and it's to do with emotions and some of you may have hip problems as well. So your hips tend to store trauma and emotions, right? So some of you may be having a lot of hip problems. I don't know why that's just coming to mind. So yeah, if you're feeling guilty, yeah, try to release that and try to replace the negative with a positive, if that makes sense. Because yeah, we're only here to learn. It's the whole human experience, right? But just because we might have messed up in the past or made some wrong decisions doesn't mean that we need to beat ourselves up over it for decades or whatever. Like, yeah, it's just learning, right? So once you kind of accept that and forgive yourself, then you can proceed forward. So yeah, there may be guilt coming up in the collective, but yeah, I'm feeling that for sure. The next card is surrender. So that would go with the guilt card. I release my need to control, right? So right now, yeah, I really do feel it is a time to surrender, right? We can't, some things are just out of our control, and we just kind of need to go with that, like things that's just going on externally to us. Not everything is in our control. A good majority of things are out of our control, right? And you cause more problems by fighting against it. Confirmation. Yeah, more things are out of our control than in our control, right? So the more you fight against that, the more you're resisting, if that makes sense, and you're fighting it, so you're kind of creating more problems. But when you let go and surrender, then you can just let things flow with ease, right? But surrendering can be hard, because to me, surrendering is like defeat. Yeah, so it's kind of, it's like I'm always battling with myself. So yeah, surrendering is like kind of, you gotta surrender to the Most High, your angels and ancestors, not ask for. Okay, that wanted to come out. So yeah, you need to surrender, and then the next card come out straight after is forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow to love. So yeah, you need to forgive yourself first, and then you need to forgive others, so you're not harboring resentment, anger, guilt, and all them low vibrational, not low vibrational energies, but when you're holding on to, yeah, you could say they're low vibrational, more of anger, resentment, they're kind of more low vibrational. When you're coming from like a neutral place, you're kind of more neutral, and then when you're feeling like happiness and bliss and stuff, it's more higher up the scale. But forgiveness, it will raise your vibration, should we say, but it's not easy to forgive, right? If someone's done you wrong, or you've been betrayed, or just stuff like that, just some, if it's trauma that you're dealing with, it can be harder to forgive, right? But forgiveness is the key. Forgiveness will take you a long way. So be mindful. Some of you need to work on that heart chakra. This just keeps coming up in the readings for the longest. Just working on the heart chakra, learning to forgive yourself first, and then forgiving others. Yeah, will help you along your journey. So you may be going through a period of needing to accept situations or things that happen to you, because like I said, not everything is in our control, right? And then once we accept that things were out of our control, that some things that happen to us, then we can accept it, process it, and then proceed forward, if that makes sense. The next card is loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So I've been feeling that in the collective, like I said at the beginning of the reading, feeling lonely, separated, isolated. I think that's just coming up in the collective at the moment, because in reality we are all one, but in this 3D realm we all seem separate from each other, right? So as what's currently happening, there's two sides of the scale, and the scale has been imbalanced for so long, and it's coming back into balance, right? So when it's coming back into balance, there's going to be like this tug of war, right? So for us to come into full unity, we've got to feel the full loneliness, right? Which is not pleasant. is what I've coming to understand, right? So you may be going through a period of loneliness, feeling isolated. Like I was saying, try to reach out to people, friends and family members. But in reality, we are never really alone either, right? Because we have our angels, guides and ancestors. They're always constantly around us, right? So make sure you're asking for comfort and help as well. Yeah, just to reach out. Yeah, just to reach out, man. Like I was saying, like hit the comments if you're feeling lonely as well. But yeah, try to comfort yourself in any way you can, and try to use this time to kind of get more in touch with yourself, if that makes sense as well. If you're feeling lonely, and do something. If you're feeling lonely, also do something for you. yeah, to don't stay kind of in it. Like, you have to do something that for you as well, right? Do something to distract yourself. The next card is regret. I know that I cannot change the past. So I was talking about the forgiveness and the guilt, right? Like I was saying, you cannot change the past, and living in the past is going to cause depression, and living in the future is going to cause anxiety. So you've got to try and live in the present moment. Check out a book by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now. Now, right? Great book, great book. But what I feel is what's happening is we are learning to live more in the present moment, if that makes sense, collectively, because the future's not here and the past is gone, right? So all we have is the now moment, and you can create the future from the now, if that makes sense. So what I've been feeling is everything is kind of merging into the now, because there is no time. Time is an illusion, right? So time is speeding up, like everything is kind of mashing into one. So yeah, you need to let go of your past, forgive yourself, and try to forgive others, and yeah, try to stay as present as possible. Some of you may need to do some work on your root chakra as well to stay more grounded. Yeah, okay, that's all the guidance that can be given for today anyway. If you resonated with the reading, you guys already know what to do, and I'm going to hit you guys up real soon anyway. Peace, love and light, tribe.